Hey all! So we're here. John and I have completely avoided watching this Nintendo Direct. It's the last one for the Switch 1. The next Direct will be all about the Switch 2, and then we'll be finding out what games we've got coming for the end of this year. I have no idea what's in this. I have thankfully missed every single potential leak because I've been working for the last few hours. But the workday is done, so now we can have fun. And for everybody who doesn't know who the hell John is known as That Jon Lusk over on YouTube. They do pub quizzes all across the states and also do quizzes online. And also every year they do an awesome 24-hour stream here on Twitch that we take part in for raising money for Duke's Children's Hospital. So
Yeah.
give them a follow. Get involved in the quizzes if it happens to be at a time that you're available. And I guess, John, do you want to say hi?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I really thought that when you mentioned that this is the last one for the original Switch, it's like an emotional moment, you know? Like this is the final original Switch Direct, I guess solely anyway. I'm sure they'll still release stuff for it for a while.
Yeah, so I suspect because the Switch 2 is back compatible with the Switch 1, I suspect that either what we're going to see is all the games going forwards will be Switch 2 games, but also with a Switch 1 version.
Yeah.
I don't think that we're going
Yep.
to have anything that's going to be a Switch 1 only game being released hereafter. So I think that what
Yeah.
we're looking at in this direct is very likely the last Switch 1 only games. But it won't be like the last games released on the Switch. I think we're looking at about a 2 to 3 year period of
I agree.
transition. So,
Yeah.
and welcome to everybody in chat. I hope you're all having a really good day. Uh, Obviously, as we're reacting to this, please do react in chat. We will try to pay, well, I will try to pay attention at least and respond as we go. This will also be moved over to YouTube later for anybody who just, yeah, for the YouTube crew. All right, let's start this.
All right.
Okay. Straight
Do
off
you have any
into a good start
predictions?
there. That's a Dragon Quest game.
Do you have any predictions for what we might see?
I don't. To be honest, I can't think what else you would be dropping at this point. Like,
It's like
is
Metroid Prime, right?
yeah, I guess it's going to be MP4, but I would have expected that to be Switch 2 by now. I'm not surprised by another Dragon Quest 2.5D drop because I think this has already come out on PlayStation or was already stated for PlayStation so it makes sense.
Gotcha.
Um, and I mean,
I gotta say, I love the design of these like 2D, 3D hybrid.
I agree. I agree. Like what Octopath Traveler has given us with this entire like expansion of the Square Enix original RPGs is great, and I can't wait to see this done for Final Fantasies 1 to 6 because I think that would be an incredible update to those.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, you get to actually go back to the beginning of Dragon Quest because they've already
Yeah,
done
damn, I
Dragon
might have
Quest
to check
3
it
in
out.
the HD
Hello
2D.
everyone, I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. Today, we'll be providing information on upcoming Nintendo Switch games. We'll also have a Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd. So please tune in for
Hell
that
yeah,
as
we
well.
will.
What you just saw
That's gonna be great.
was
That's
Dragon
crazy
Quest
that they have them
1
so
and
close
2
together.
HD 2D remake
I know.
from
I know.
Square Enix.
I can't believe it's that close.
Another character
That's
appeared at
next
the end.
week.
What kind
Yeah.
of adventure
Oh
awaits?
no, am I?
We hope you're excited.
I think
for more
I'm
information
at New
in
Game
the
Plus
future.
then, so I won't actually be able to
Okay,
watch it live.
Let's see the first batch of headlines.
What day of the week is
from
that?
Dire Straits.
This is the Escape from the 1980s band Dire Straits, I believe.
2 minutes until oxygen 0.
Yeah, the 4th is Friday. Yeah, so I'm at New Game Plus when they reveal the Switch 2. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to just sneak away for a little bit with a bunch of
Maybe
other
they'll-
creators.
Is it like a game convention?
Yeah, it's a retro game convention in London.
Maybe they'll have like a live streaming like in a theater room or something.
They're gonna have to. I'll
Should.
have to tag them and be like, what are we doing about this?
Your mission is to track down Iris, an internet idol.
This
who's
looks
been trapped
interesting.
in a mysterious
Yeah, this looks
escape
pretty
game.
cool. I just picked up the first game in the series. I haven't started it yet though.
Oh, that's where I
Into a
recognize
subject's dream
these.
to reveal clues
Yeah, I was
deep
watching
within
somebody
their
live
psyche
stream the first one
and
the
solve
other week.
mind-bending puzzles in an explorable environment.
So like Limited Run Games released the first one, and I saw the trailer, or maybe they didn't release it, but they were like distributing it. I mean,
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for it, and it looked crazy, and I was like, I have to try this.
No Sleep for Kaname Date from The Somnium Files launches on the Nintendo Switch system July 25th.
Is that really from I and not from AI?
Unleash the
Yeah, it
supernatural.
might be like the Japanese word for love, ai, but
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know for sure though. That could just be wrong. Oh man, I love this series.
Okay, this is a anime
Classic
game,
Atlas
right?
Action RPG
This
returns
action with
with
Megami Tensei?
remastered
Oh no, it
HD
wasn't.
No?
I thought it was.
and
It just
enhanced
looked
gameplay.
similar
Oh, right.
stylistically.
Raido Remastered.
Set
I
in
don't
the
recognize
capital
This
this.
looks
city
cool,
near
though.
Taisho 20. Raido
Yeah.
Kuzunoha makes his living as
This
an
reminds me a little bit of
apprentice
the Sakura
detective.
Wars or
But
Sakura
unbeknownst
Wars.
to others, he also fights
Right.
alongside
Yeah,
demons
yeah, I
as
can
a
see that.
devil summoner. To protect the capital.
Well, see, it's a
Raido
Devil
must
Summoner, so that's why I was
investigate
thinking
a
like
series
Shin
of
Megami
supernatural
Tensei, but I
cases.
guess it's just totally unrelated.
Fight in real-time
I mean,
battles alongside
it might be
demons
a
you summon.
A Shin
Work
Megami
with your demons to
games
strike an
Yeah, but it
in
says
some
enemy,
like
Sega, right?
Then follow up with a
Ah,
powerful
yeah.
attack. Cooperation.
Yeah,
Probably-
'cause that's
is the key to victory.
Atlas, I think.
You can even turn
Right,
opposing
yeah, no, that's a good point.
demons into allies.
so inspired by.
Demons can also be useful
That's
outside.
this guy though.
Yeah, I recognize that
Right?
little
And
one.
their
Yeah.
powers are helpful
Yeah,
in
that's
finding
the little
solutions
Atlas.
during
Like
investigations.
this has to be like a crossover then.
Guide Raido through a series
Maybe.
of strange incidents.
I really don't know. God,
as
it's
he
like-
uncovers a
Looking it up.
conspiracy that will shake the capital to its core.
yeah, just
Raido
attack
Remastered,
the
Mystery
nerd
of
card there.
Soulless Army launches on Nintendo Switch June 19th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Oh, are you not using headphones
Ah.
on your end? Because when you're not talking, I hear a double of the audio.
No, I'm not. You want me to switch?
With your memories
maybe.
gone, you have been
Yeah, let me do
summoned
that.
to a strange, unfamiliar world.
Ooh,
where
Shadow
you're greeted
Labyrinth.
by a yellow orb known
Oh,
as Puck.
oh! This game is inspired
is this
by
spherical
the
stranger, moored in a mysterious,
Amazon TV
maze-like
series,
world? Your
where they
battle for
had
survival
a
begins.
Pac-Man episode.
As Puck guides
This
you
is
on your
freaking
journey,
cool
you'll
that,
delve
that
deeper into the
they turned it
expansive
into a
world.
game. So
By
they made a
examining
TV
your
series inspired by
surroundings,
Pac-Man,
you can
where this
face
little
it
floating
and
Pac-Man
combine
follows
with
with
Puck
you,
to explore
and
areas you
then,
couldn't reach before.
and they made it basically this dark horror
Tread lightly. The creatures inhabiting this
roguelite,
world will prove
and then they made a
hostile.
game out of the
When
TV
facing
show
opposing
episode.
enemies,
That's crazy. I know what you're talking about. It's like something like Next Level or something.
Yes,
Secret
it was
level?
Secret level. That's it. Yeah, it's a secret level Pac-Man episode turned into. a game. I have to get this. I love Metroidvanias. I love roguelites, and that's what
Yeah.
we're getting in this. And Pac-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that that's pretty good. The anthology series.
Oh, it is so good. I would love for Nintendo to let them use some of their stuff. I think a Star Fox episode in that style would be great.
The rhythmic march begins.
Yeah, okay. Raido is from the Megane Tensei series.
Remasters of Patapon and Patapon 2 are drumming onto Nintendo
Oh.
Switch as one bundle.
God, I haven't heard anything about Patapon
Play
in
your drum to the beat.
Since the
ages. This is
PSP.
PSP. Yeah, so this is a
Yeah.
PlayStation game
For
coming to
example,
the Switch.
Patapon.
Yeah, that's
advances
wild,
them
actually.
forward.
Because it's not like a SCEA game, like a Sony
I
Computer
think it is
Entertainment
a
America or whatever.
Yeah, I think it
And
is.
if you string together combos
That's
with good
pretty
timing,
wild.
the
That is really
Patapons
wild.
enter fever mode and get a big boost in power. From the horse-riding Kibapon to the shield-savvy Tatepon, build up your battalion to take on hordes of fierce foes. Plus, new features
Definitely.
Have you ever played any of
so you
these?
can advance
No,
to
I
the beat of
haven't.
your own
So
drum.
I'm actually
I think
tempted.
I played like the demo on PSP like forever ago.
Lead the
Yeah.
Patapons and March forth. When
I like
Patapon
rhythm
1
games,
plus 2
so-
replay launches on Nintendo Switch
hit or miss.
July 11th.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Zephyrtown,
Okay, so
a cozy
we've got
place
games until
nestled in a
July,
windswept valley.
at least at the moment.
This
so
is where your new
That
life
tells us the
begins.
Switch 2 is probably not releasing until after July.
Well, that's not necessarily true, but possible.
First cropping up on the Nintendo DS system, this immersive farming and life sim has no shortage of activities to get up to.
Oh, you must be the new farmer.
Tend to your farm.
I don't know
while
why, but I
growing
just have
crops
zero
and
interest
caring
in
for
Story of
animals.
Seasons, and
Yeah.
Then sell your produce and other wares at the town's
Yeah.
weekly bazaar. As bazaar sales grow, you'll help the once famous market regain its former splendor.
Inspiring, honestly.
You can also get to know the locals.
I'd like to spend
but
more
still,
time with
these
you.
look like
and
ideal
maybe
cozy
nurture a
games
relationship
for
if you
Yeah,
find that
those who like
special
these stuff.
someone.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think my brother's into this kind of
Plus,
stuff.
taking advantage of
Hold
Zephyrtown's
up.
I always think they
can make
look nice,
travel
but I
and
think
other
they're just not
tasks
my
a
speed.
breeze.
Yeah, like I like cozy games, but I don't know. I
The
can't
winds of
be
change
bothered
are
to
coming,
put time
and
in
your new life on the
with
farm begins when
farming
Story
and
of
social
Seasons Grand
interactions
Bazaar launches on the
and
Nintendo
all
Switch
that
system
stuff.
August
Like,
27th.
That's
I
yeah,
don't mind
that's-
Stardew Valley when I'm playing with other people, but I
Please
can't
look
be bothered by
forward to the
myself.
latest
It's
entry
just
in the Story
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Seasons series.
No, I totally get that. That's what kills it for me. It's like
Next,
when they're like, "Oh yeah,
take
this
a
game
look at
has like
this.
farming and fishing and all this stuff." I'm like, I'm out. Like,
yeah. What's this? Like, if it wasn't for Monster Hunter Wilds coming out, I would have been tempted. What? Oh, this is
Oh,
Prime
snap.
4? This is not the way I was expecting Prime 4 to look.
yeah. Say Turok Dinosaur Hunter crossover.
Yeah, that's exactly the feeling, right? They still need to drop the rest of the Prime series in
Is the unknown
remakes.
planet Vuros.
Yeah.
Here, Samus finds a verdant jungle with a colossal tree at its center. In order to survive and escape this planet that she was unexpectedly transported to, Samus must scan stone figures and other relics to carve a path forward.
Oh, interesting. So, for some reason, Samus has been teleported to this
She's
planet
not
and trapped.
alone, though. Abhorrent, alien creatures living in the jungle are waiting to strike.
So do you think this is designed for Switch 2 and this is just like a slightly downgraded version or what?
Yeah, I think this is. I think that basically the reason why it's taken so long is that they started building it for
As
Switch
she
2.
explores the planet,
Yeah.
Samus is granted
And I do think there's
mysterious
going to be a
and ancient
graphical
powers,
upgrade version for the Switch
psychic
2.
abilities.
Nice.
And possibly also meaning
These
more
powers
monsters.
Allow Samus to operate mechanisms and to open doors.
Okay, so we're gaining psychic abilities. That's something nice and
They
new.
also
So
allow her to
actual new
control the
abilities,
trajectory
not
of her
just
beams
going back
with the
through and
power
reclaiming
of her mind.
abilities.
But why were these powers bestowed upon Samus?
Kind of feels like a little bit of control. But yeah, it's interesting because this doesn't look
What will be her fate
all
after
that
being summoned to view Earth?
more upgraded from, say, the
Threads
GameCube
intertwining
versions.
beyond space and time.
And like, I don't mind that.
A new
I'm
tale.
not. I'm not a person who like craves the graphics. I want the gameplay.
Yeah.
But interesting. I wonder whether this is going to fit in the timeline of Metroid.
Yeah. That is a question. Good question.
And is Ridley going to appear? Oh. Another bounty hunter in a Samus suit.
It looks like even more challenges await Samus.
I hope that doesn't mean that we're again getting
We
some
hope you're
kind of
looking forward to
Samus
exploring
clone.
Samus's new
because
psychic abilities.
We've already dealt with that. I want something
Okay,
new.
let's move on to some more headlines.
Ready to stir up some mischief? Once upon a time, there was a drab coffee shop that transformed into a magical potion cafe.
Ooh, a Disney
As
game.
the newest
Villains
potionista
Cursed
of the
Cafe.
Cursed Cafe, you'll craft concoctions for Disney villains and get to know them in a new light. Mix ingredients to brew all sorts of
I feel like I've played like a
strange
web-based
elixirs.
game like this
Then
before.
serve them to
It does
your
feel
villainous
like that. I mean,
visitors,
Disney had so
including
many
Ursula
silly
and Gaston.
web-based
With
games, and I
help
gotta
from
say,
Yzma,
looking at it,
you can
it doesn't
upgrade
look
your
much different
ingredients
to a Flash
produce
game.
some wildly
Yeah.
wicked
No, it
creations.
wasn't like Disney
The
related, but
potions you
yeah.
make can
It was
influence
just like
each customer's story
something
lines,
like web-based.
leading to
It was
different
like make the
outcomes
coffee
every
drinks or
time
whatever.
you play.
Yeah.
Who knows what mischief might happen? Disney Villains Cursed Cafe launches on
Oh,
Nintendo
today.
Switch
Okay, of
later
course.
today.
Always a shadow drop. You can't have a Nintendo Direct and not have a shadow drop, right?
Summon a spellbinding adventure.
I wonder if they're gonna do anything more on Pokemon Z to A.
Welcome to Witchbrook College, where students strive to master the magical arts.
So far, I'm in.
During class, use magic circles to perform rituals. Fly
I
on
like
brooms,
pixel graphic games,
and
so
learn advanced
too.
techniques to go from witch in training to skilled spellcaster. There's also plenty to do outside of class. Hang out with friends at their homes.
okay,
Take on various
socializing.
jobs to help pay for tuition.
Look, I'm playing video games because I'm already
Or use
introverted.
the
Do not
spells you've
force me
learned
to socialize in a
craft
video
and
game.
Sell original items. Plus, up to 4 players can make magic together in online co-op.
Oh, okay. Online co-op.
Explore this
I'm down for
whimsical
this.
world on the road to
Yeah, I would
graduation
actually.
and beyond.
I think this looks interesting to me.
Are you ready for a spellbinding journey?
This could make some
Enrollment
fun
begins
streams.
When Witchbrook flies
Agreed.
onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go then. So this is a holiday release. So
Yeah.
clearly
Action,
I'm
adventure,
wrong then
and
on
arcade
assuming
games await.
any of the
Oh yeah, I think that
Switch
they're going to be
games.
announcing
On a
stuff that's
fantastical
coming
mission
up
to
that's overlapping
eliminate
and
a
stuff.
mysterious
Yeah.
deity. In this hand-drawn platforming adventure, you'll
Oh, I'm sold
explore an
already.
expansive archipelago
I have been
where nightmares
enjoying
and
all
wonder
these games
collide.
that are
Upgrade your trusty cane with
hand-drawn,
magical
hand
parts,
animated,
then use its abilities to find your own path through the
like looking like
enchanting
old
world.
cartoons.
Can you uncover the secrets the archipelago holds? Find out when the Eternal Life of Goldman launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
I'm guessing that's a Metroidvania. Just looking at its
Celebrate the
build.
40th anniversary of
What?
Gradius with a
Oh,
collection
Gradius.
of arcade
Of
shoot 'em
course.
up games from across the series. Titles include Gradius, Salamander,
Haven't
Light Force,
all of these released
Gradius
on
2,
one of the arcade
Gradius
classic
3.
collections already?
and
Oh yeah,
Salamander
that stuff
2.
just gets
Some
re-released in
titles
packages
come
all
with
the time. I
multiple
feel like.
versions,
Yeah.
including ones from different regions and launch years. Plus, take the helm in a brand new entry, Salamander 3.
Oh, okay, a new game. That's a surprise.
Gradius Origins launches on the Nintendo Switch system August 7th. Pre-orders begin later today. on Nintendo eShop. Battle to the beat in Rift of the Necro Dancer. Press the corresponding buttons in each lane
Yes.
to fight monsters in
The
rhythm-based
Necrodancer
combat.
series is
Keep
so
the
good,
cadence going
and
with
this
Yeah,
has been
I
out
have
on
that.
Steam
quirky
already.
minigames,
So
remix stages, and
This is a
I have the
global
Zelda
leaderboards.
one.
Plus,
Yeah, the
more
Zelda one's
musical
really good.
mayhem awaits in the
This is
select
basically
so mad, though,
EA DLC.
just Guitar
I,
Hero.
Be on the lookout for
Yeah,
more DLC
I thought
in
that
the
it would never
future.
get a physical release,
Rift
and
of
so
the
I bought it
Necrodancer
on the Switch
launches
store,
on
and then it
Nintendo
got a
Switch
physical release, and I was so
later
mad
today.
about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I never picked it up
Let's see
physically,
what's in store.
but
Same with Goose Game. I was
Welcome
like,
to
I
Tamagotchi
wanted to
Plaza,
play it
a
so bad that I
brand
was
new entry
like,
in the Tamagotchi
and
Connection
I usually don't
series.
buy digital releases because
There are
I just
stores
hate that.
galore.
But like,
Design glasses
I bought
at
a
the
Goose
eyewear
Game, and then they
shop.
ended up releasing it physically too.
yeah.
Polished pearly
Yeah,
whites
no,
solo
this
or
is
with
it,
a
like,
friend at the dentist.
I early
And
adopt some of these
arrange plates
games,
at the
assuming we won't ever
afternoon
see a
tea
physical,
shop.
because why?
12
And then,
Yeah.
wonderful
and then we
stores
get the
need
surprise
your
physical. It's
help.
like, oh my god, I like my physical collection.
Provide good customer service to get high
Yeah,
ratings
agreed.
and upgrade each shop.
I can certainly be a I
In
don't
doing
care
so,
for this
you'll get
Tamagotchi
to meet
game.
more Tamagotchi, making
Yeah.
the town livelier than before.
It looks cute.
It
With over
does.
100
It's
new
not my
and
cup of
classic
tea.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah,
Business
same.
is sure to be
I
booming.
just simply, if you're gonna give me a
Get ready to
Tamagotchi
set up
game,
shop
just
when
have me
Tamagotchi
actually
Plaza launches on
caretaking for a
Nintendo Switch,
Tamagotchi
June
across multiple
27th.
mini games where I can forget about it and accidentally kill it. Yep, Pokemon Z to A. Okay, what else are we going to get revealed here then? Already a ton of new Pokemon.
Welcome to Pokemon Legends ZA, a new title in the Pokemon
I know a lot of
series.
people are complaining about how it still
You'll begin
graphically
your
looks
adventure by choosing one of 3 partner Pokemon.
low grade, but I don't care.
The setting is this
Just
metropolis.
as long as
But
it's not got
also
all the
appear to the
bugs that we
Pokemon
had
apps and
in
Pokemon wide
Scarlet and
games.
Violet,
Lumio City.
I'm
I'm
happy.
trying to figure out the setting for this because it kind of looks like European.
It
but
is.
like that, but that tower in the center is very Japan.
Yeah, so it's X and Y, so this is from the X and Y series, and X and Y was inspired by Paris and France in general. So this is
Interesting.
this town is supposed to be Paris, basically.
Gotcha. It looked like Paris. That's what my instinct was on that. So
These areas
we
are
already have been
special
told about
environments
these.
where wild Pokemon can live comfortably, even within the city.
So in the first Legends series,
You can catch Pokemon
you had your home base where you interacted with all the people, and then you would go out to
But
these
they might be hostile.
open
If you
environments
sense trouble,
to catch all
get
the
to
wild
safety.
Pokemon. But because this is based in a
There are
city,
Pokemon that live
they can't
outside wild
do
zones too.
that same way. So instead,
Some of them can even be
we have the
found
wild areas to
on
find Pokemon,
rooftops.
and also this little feature that they've now
People
announced,
and
which we didn't know
Pokemon
before.
live easygoing lives in Lumio City. But when night falls,
Ooh, day and night
the
cycle.
city's
That's
aura
new.
transforms. Highly skilled trainers are invited to participate in a tournament, the ZA Royale. Trainers
Okay.
await in battle zones. If you're spotted, they'll challenge you to battle.
Yes. All right, I'm down for this. We got introduced to some really cool stuff about the battles in the preview in the Pokemon Direct, which
During
is
battles,
you can
using a
now
super effective move at the right
move
moment
your
is key.
Pokemon and be able to dodge attacks in real time,
And
so it
with
feels
Mega
more
Evolution,
like a
some
legitimate
Pokemon
battle.
Can power up
Ah, Mega
even more.
Alakazam. Okay. They still haven't
You'll
revealed
start
any
at
new
rank
Megas yet,
Z
though.
And work your way up to rank A.
Okay.
Trainers who reach the top are said to have a
That's
wish
just forced
granted.
in so that they can have a secondary excuse for the Z to A title, instead of it being related to the character AZ.
Day and night are two sides to Lumio City. It seems there are even more secrets waiting to be uncovered. What will you find on your adventure? Pokemon Legends ZA launches on Nintendo
So,
Switch.
My
later this
prediction
year.
is that we are going to get Mega Zygardes
In Lumio
in this
City,
series,
where the
because
game
we
is
haven't
set,
had a Mega
the aura
Zygarde yet.
transforms between day and night. It seems there are even more secrets to uncover. Please be on the lookout for more information in the future. Next, please take a look at this.
It's like the one game I'm really, really excited for this year. Obviously now Metro
Hello
Prime
there.
4 as well. Now it's confirmed for this
The
year.
game you're about to see
Mhm.
doesn't have a big, epic story. Boop. But what it does have is lots of funny little rhythm games. Boop. You wanna see?
Is this... What on earth is
Just
this?
press the button to jump through the ring. Boop. It sounds easy. But the timing is super tricky. Boop. Maybe you could try it in time to a rhythm.
You know,
In
I'm
this game, you might
down
not
for the
always
return of
anything,
rhythm
but please
games.
do it in rhythm.
But this looks like somebody was high when they came up with the
You
game.
might even be able to play it with your eyes closed.
That's really funny. Okay, because I was gonna say that's like the Japanese vowels, like the way they're pronouncing it.
Yeah,
Get into the rhythm with a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series,
there you
Okay.
go.
Rhythm Heaven Groove.
I like that like duck hunt looking duck there. He
Yeah.
just like color swapped a little bit.
2026?
That was Rhythm Heaven
Wait.
Groove. a
Wait,
brand
we've just
new
had
entry
announced
in
a
the
Switch
Rhythm
1 game for
Heaven
next
series.
year.
It
Okay.
includes lots of music produced by renowned Japanese musician Tsunku. What kinds of rhythms do you think you'll hear? We hope you're looking forward to it. Next,
I like how
we have
Rhythm Heaven
news
just
about
looks
the
like
use
it's
of
like
digital games on your system.
WarioWare, but rhythm
Please take a look.
games.
With game cards, you
Oh,
can put a
okay.
game
This was
featuring Mario
spoiled.
in
This
this
was
Nintendo
spoiled for
Switch
me.
system, and a Legend of Zelda game in this one. Freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want. But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards? Well, here's what we came up with. Introducing the Virtual Game Card. In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games.
Okay.
But it's like owner specific, right?
Wait.
Or
When purchasing
or
the
could you
digital
like
version of the
digital game card
it
your
will be
friend's
loaded onto your
game?
system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title.
Any user registered to the
Your
system can
digital
play
games
the games.
will be
Yes.
lined up as virtual game cards
Right,
on a
but,
dedicated
like,
management screen.
You can't like be like, hey, let me
Here,
let you borrow my
load and
downloaded
eject your
copy of
virtual
Goose
game
Game or
cards
something,
and manage
right?
which games you can play on your system.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping it does let you do that.
That would be insane.
If you have two Nintendo Switch systems,
Yeah.
you can eject a virtual game card from one
Okay.
and load it onto the second. Now you can play this game on the second system wherever and whenever you want, just as if you had inserted a physical game card. With virtual game cards, you can freely load and arrange which games you play on up to two systems. Local
They're still gonna be
communication with your
downloaded,
second
though,
system is
right?
required, but only the first time.
Okay. There you go.
You can also lend out virtual game
That's
cards
how
to your
they're gonna do
Nintendo
it.
account family group members. Connect to your family group member system via
But
local
you're not going to be able to do
wireless
it
when
to
you want to lend a
friends because you
game.
need to be part of the family group.
Choose the title you're lending.
But that's what we do.
I know.
Like, are you not in a family group with a bunch of
Oh,
random friends?
wait. Oh no, we had load to another console,
you're
load
done.
to a family member.
They
Okay.
can now play on their own system. You can only lend one game at a time to a particular person. Games
Okay.
can be lent out for 2 weeks, after which they will automatically return to you.
That's
Making
helpful.
digital games even easier to use. Virtual Game Card.
Well, in that case, why not let you? loans
Do you
to
mind
a
if I
friend.
pause this for a second and we can discuss that?
Yes, no, let's go ahead with that. Okay.
Yeah. So what is so it's only with family members, right?
That,
you can't just like
no, that's
you
only
can't
with the
just go
family
to the anime
members.
convention. Yeah, so it's only
Yeah.
with family members. But like, if your family member is just like my brother has his own set of games, and or like I have a friend that's like paying us like $10 or whatever to be part of the plan. Like I can just go meet up with him and then now have like a copy of his game.
Based on that, you don't need to meet
But
up.
like, well, I would have to give it back to him, or he would still be able to play it on his system.
No, so what they've just described there for the digital aspect is as long as you're part of the same family group, you
Yeah.
can literally pick your digital game and send it on loan to somebody else, and they will have it
Right.
for 2 weeks. You will lose it
Oh,
from
okay.
your collection for those 2
Gotcha.
weeks, and then after the
Okay.
2 weeks, it just returns back to you, which is
Oh, yeah,
actually
that's pretty
pretty cool.
cool.
If you're sharing a family group
Yeah.
with friends, which a lot of us
Yeah.
have done because it makes it so much cheaper to manage.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Obviously,
That
the
is
biggest
pretty cool.
the biggest problem with the family group is whoever owns that family group you need to trust, because they can boot
Yeah.
you at any time and they can do all kinds of other bullshit.
True.
But this is cool. What I'm missing here is, can other family members also share with inside that same group? It wasn't clear. That kind of sounded like the person who is like the head of the family group can share out their games. It wasn't clear if we can all intershare.
Yeah, that's weird. That would be weird.
It would be weird. But this is
Okay.
Nintendo that we're talking about. So
Yeah,
Card feature
that's true.
lets you swap games between Nintendo Switch systems as well as to Nintendo Switch 2 systems.
Nintendo
This
Switch.
feature is planned to be added
Yes!
via a
Well,
system
yeah,
update
like
in late
I
April.
thought it was clear that it was
Let's
going
take a
back and
look
forth
at
there.
more Nintendo
Yeah,
Switch
but
games.
no, he just said the Nintendo Switch 2 systems. So when we buy our Nintendo Switch 2, we can share our digital games from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2. High on Life is coming finally. All right.
That's interesting since he's canceled now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, alright, Star Overdrive. Yeah, this game actually looks quite fun from what I've already seen on other devices. That's bizarre. No, nothing about King of Meat. Looks like a really fun party game though. Also not seen anything about Lose Lagoon before. Oh, Fantasy Life 1?
Uncover history once more.
So what's this, a King Arthur
An
story?
HD remaster of Saga
Oh, no,
Frontier
Saga
2
Frontier,
is
okay.
venturing on to Nintendo Switch. Meet Gustav, the royal heir, and Will, the explorer. Two heroes whose fates and legacies will intertwine across generations in this epic RPG. Experience the original story, along with brand new events that expand the vibrant world of Sondale.
Is this a SNES game or a PS1?
I think it was
Plus,
Game Boy
team up with
Advance.
more characters in battle.
But it might have been PS1, I don't remember.
And transfer
It is
stats
that,
to
like,
allies
that
through the
time period,
parameter inheritance
for sure.
system. After finishing the main story, you can test your mettle and might against even more powerful bosses.
Yeah, it was PS1.
PS1.
What histories will you uncover?
I guess that
through
makes
the
sense
ages?
because they did sort of like almost entirely abandon
Saga
Nintendo
Frontier
for
2 remastered.
for
Yeah.
their
On Nintendo
RPGs.
Switch later
Yeah.
today.
Oh, another Shadow Drop. Okay, nice.
Monumental adventures await.
Ah, yeah. The sequel
Embark
finally
on
coming to
peaceful
consoles.
journeys across
Oh,
this series
combined.
of beautiful puzzle
Okay.
games.
I don't know if you
Wander
played
through
Monument Valley,
isometric worlds,
but
No,
these are
it's
quite
stunning
fun
landscapes to
puzzle games.
manipulate, optical
They're on the
illusions to
mobile,
discover,
which
and
works pretty
mystifying
well.
secrets to unfold.
Gotcha.
In Monument Valley, Lead the silent Princess Ida in her quest for forgiveness while outsmarting the enigmatic Crow people. A different journey awaits in Monument Valley 2. Guide Ro in her adventure through motherhood as she and her child unlock the secrets of the sacred geometry. Both games contain all their additional chapters, add-ons, and DLC.
Alright.
The first two Monument Valley games launch on Nintendo Switch April 15th.
Nice.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. And help Noor on her journey to restore the world's light in Monument Valley 3, setting sail on Nintendo Switch this summer.
I didn't even know that there was a third one. 2 only released last year, didn't it?
I have no idea.
I don't remember. Oh, goody.
This looks
Golf
like
games.
Just
And
golf.
new entry in
Okay.
the Everybody's
It
Golf
is.
series is driving onto Nintendo Switch.
Why are PlayStation games releasing on Switch?
I don't know. This is hilarious. So supposedly,
Just right.
uh,
Take your shot.
PlayStation and Xbox games are now on Nintendo platforms. And obviously Nintendo will not be giving their games over to anybody else. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I guess from the Switch 2, you might as well just have the Switch 2 because everything's going to come to it.
Sony's finally throwing in the towel on the console war.
I mean, I think the next generation of consoles is the last generation of consoles apart from Nintendo.
Yeah,
I do think Xbox definitely is just going to go Game Pass, Cloud, and that'd be that.
Yeah.
And PS Now is actually working fairly well on PC now, so yeah, I think that's kind of where it's all going to lie.
Yeah, the door's open for Dreamcast 2.
That would be great. Okay, Captain America. So this isn't an
Marvel's
Avengers game?
greatest superheroes in the fight against evil. Pair up two
It's the
heroes from
arcade
roster of
collection.
15, including the likes of the spectacular Spider-Man and the ferocious Wolverine to take on the challenge. From close quarters combatants to aerial aces,
Oh wait, no, it's
you
a
can
new
mix
one
and
actually.
match a
Oh, yeah,
variety
this
of
looks new,
heroes for an
yeah.
amazing array of possibilities. And
Oh.
swap
And they
between
definitely
your
didn't
two
have
and
little
two
numbers come up,
anytime.
as I recall. Maybe they.
Take
Wait, no, wait.
advantage
I
of
think they
your
did
team's strengths
actually.
to overwhelm
In
your
the
foes. Plus,
the one with like
four
Spider-Man and
players can
Hawkeye and
assemble
Captain America
for
or whatever.
local or online co-op play.
Oh heck yeah, 4 players in
The
local
battle
or
for the fate
online.
of the Marvel Universe begins when Marvel
Yeah, that looks
Cosmic
cool.
Invasion launches on the Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
tribute
system
game.
this holiday.
They did that.
That was Marvel Cosmic
What's the
Invasion,
hook shot game? I can't remember
where
what
you'll
it's called.
battle as a tag team of different superheroes.
Flint Hook.
Next is our last game announcement.
Okay.
Please take a look.
Okay, we're almost at the end then. Nice. What are they going to finish on?
Animal Crossing.
It looks Animal Crossing, doesn't it? It's not though, because that's not. It's not a villager.
It's People Crossing. It's we People Crossing.
Is it
These are me's, right?
They do look like me's.
Yeah, it's like
What was that game that came out on the 3DS at the end of its life cycle?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I suspect it's a remake of that. Because it didn't. Yeah, Tamagotchi Life. Oh, it's a sequel. Okay, it's a sequel to Tamagotchi Life. 2026. That's gonna have to be on the Switch 2 as well, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of this will probably be like cross-platform stuff.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk?
That's freaking creepy.
Glad that was only a dream.
I don't think it had voice acting in the 3DS.
Co-created by David Lynch.
Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. The first new entry in the series in over 10 years.
No,
In the
it
trailer,
hasn't been that
we
long.
saw Mii characters living on an island out at sea. What kinds of interactions do you think they'll have? We hope you're looking
The
forward
lucky
to it.
cat.
Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct so far.
He said so far. Is there more?
Our final announcement
Yeah.
is something a little different that's not a game.
What?
Oh, what?
Here's Mr. Miyamoto to introduce it.
What on earth is Miyamoto introducing?
Hello, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct. Since 2011, Nintendo Direct has delivered Nintendo news directly to you. And now, these presentations have grown into an event that many people watch.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you all very much. We'll continue to broadcast Nintendo Direct presentations, but we're also launching a new channel based on the concept of delivering information to you directly. This is a smart device app called Nintendo Today.
Like
which
I need to
functions
be
like a daily calendar.
having
In the
live
app, you can view different
notifications.
Nintendo events. We will also be delivering all sorts of content about Nintendo
Pikmin
games and
comics.
characters every day. After the Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd, news about Nintendo Switch 2 will be delivered to you daily and directly through the Nintendo Today app as well.
Oh my god.
Nintendo Today will be available to download on smart devices later today.
Cool. Right, well, I'll download that. And then
Anyone
we'll
with
be
a
doing
Nintendo
daily
account can use the app,
TikTok
so please try
updates
it
from
out.
the app for the Switch 2.
That's all I have to share. I hope you enjoy using Nintendo Today.
That's unexpected.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Okay. Cool.
Crazy.
Yeah, so what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. Like, I think we're all just kind of waiting for the second. Like, there was some interesting stuff in there. I'm surprised because I expected to be, like, pretty meh on the whole thing.
I was
I like
expecting a must stream, but there was some
a
pretty.
what?
I was expecting a stream, like I wasn't expecting anything special. But we got Metro Prime 4, we got more on Zeta A, which is a surprise. We got this virtual game card, which does sound interesting. I do kind of wish that that was more like share it with your friends in your friend list instead, and you know, have the 2 weeks.
That's like a really bad business plan. Like, if you just like let everybody just borrow downloaded games, there would be a lot less sales, I would imagine.
I mean, maybe they could do it for less time, or let you like back on the 3DS, like maybe let you send like demos or something. I don't know. I think there could have been something more interesting with that, but still sharing it between your family network is cool.
I was definitely interested in this Witchbrook game.
Yeah, I think Witchbrook's going to be good. Rift of the Necrodancer, I'm going to definitely be enjoying as well. But yeah, I'm with you. I want news on Switch 2. Like, these games are cool. As long as they work on the Switch 2, that's kind of all I really care about at this point. So
have they confirmed GameCube games on Switch 2 or no?
No, I'm kind of hoping
it's
that
rumored.
we get that. Yeah, I think by this time next year, NSO's got to have Dreamcast and GameCube added to it for Switch 2 as like a Switch 2
Dreamcast
exclusive.
Wild.
Yeah, but there's been so many rumors that Sega's up to something with the Dreamcast, and nothing's kind of dropped. So the
do you think
NSO Dreamcast would make sense because we've only got the Mega Drive at the moment.
Yeah, do you think they'd drop like Saturn?
They could drop Saturn. They could drop the Sega Saturn. Yeah.
Yeah, like what would what's that game that everybody likes where you're flying on the thing? Panzer Dragon or whatever.
Yeah, well, Panzer Dragon got a remake on the Switch.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I think for me, my on-rail shooters now, the only ones I really, really enjoy are Star Fox, and I need a new Star Fox. I need the Switch.
Yeah.
I need the Switch 2 to give me a new Star Fox. I don't.
But a good Star Fox.
Yeah, I don't like the Wii U concept was interesting. I don't need a gimmick. I want a good story. I want good levels, and I want a really fun multiplayer. Like that's it. That's all I need. I need
Yeah.
Something like they did with Star Fox 64, aka Lilac Wars.
Yeah.
Just the next story. Just give me the next story.
Hell, I would just take them, just like updating the graphics, adding a few new levels, like, and just re-releasing
Well, I mean, you
it.
could remaster Star Fox 64 as the first start, but then give us some sequels. Like, actually go, right, we're going to, because at the moment the Star Fox canon is just basically a mess, really.
Yeah.
Just I would just like there to be a restart. Here's the actual story. We'll flow you through a bunch of stories and create a continuity that's fun.
Yeah.
But okay then. Yeah, I think that's us then, right?
Yeah. That was fun.
Oh, that was really fun. Right, for everybody who's been watching, thank you for joining us. We're not going to raid out or any of that. We're just going to stop the stream today. This was just a quick go through the direct. I will be posting this onto YouTube, as I said, so you can put comments on the YouTube videos. But thank you all for joining, and we will see you Saturday with Fortnite streams from... I don't know what time, actually. I think it might be the evening, so it might be about 6 p.m. But yeah, thank you all, and catch you later.
Adios.